Hey Carl, welcome to your swing analysis video. I've got you up against Mark McGuire here. I chose this particular angle because I found something that really leaps out at me. I noticed that you and Ben have very similar action that you guys do with your hips, notably. And I noticed that a lot of the bigger kids do. And I'll show you something. And I'm gonna start steering you towards really starting to harness your size and your power. And I think that when you see this, it's really gonna click for you. I know that you're a kid who listens, and I know that you'll put it into play. And I think that this is going to be magic for your swing. So let's go forward here. First thing I'm going to do, I am going to put a line. I know that these angles are different, obviously. Mine's coming from the one of you is coming from more down the first base line. The one of him is coming from the right of the pitcher. So it's going to be a little bit skewed, but still you're going to get the point. And I apologize for the net there. It's a little obtrusive, but nevertheless, here we go. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put a line. I don't like that line. I'm going to do a different one. I'm going to put a line right here on Mark McGuire's hip, and then I'm going to put a line on your hip. And I want you to watch as I go through this. I want you to notice something. Watch McGuire. I want you to notice how very little movement there is when he plants that front leg. Notice how he's just spinning the hip, the belt buckle. The belt buckle is just turning towards the pitcher. He has almost no what I call hip slide. Look at the red arrow. That would be indicative of a hip slide if he was sliding out away from the plate. Okay, now let's go down and look at yours. I'm going to put that yellow bar back on your hip. And let's look at yours. I want you to pay particular attention to this hip. Okay, as you get to the same position where your foot's planted, I want you to notice all of that hip slide. That is, I hate to say the term wasted, but wasted motion. It is, because what happens with that is it keeps you from turning that belt buckle. Let's go back on and look up at McGuire again, and I want you to just focus on his belt buckle for a second. Watch this action. Boom. Leg goes to the ground. He starts just ripping with that belt buckle. There is no slide whatsoever this way. Okay, let's go back down to yours, and let's watch your, let's go down to yours and watch your belt buckle. And you'll notice that when the foot goes to the ground, rather than that starting to crank, it's more of a slide. That's called sliding through the swing. Okay, so moving forward, what that causes then, now I want you to pay attention to your head, and I want you to pay attention to McGuire's head. Because he's not sliding, he's just turning through. Look at his head action, staying very level. Let's take that circle off, and let's put a line under his chin. And notice, just turning, just turning, just turning. What that does is that allows his eyes to stay right there in the hitting zone. No big head movement. Okay. Let's go back down and look at yours, and let's put that circle back on your head. Because you're sliding with your hip, see how far your head is dropping? Not only is your head dropping, look what that's doing to your eyes. You want to be looking right here for this ball. So you're creating a complex angle. It's hard enough to track a ball, but when your head is moving also, it makes it very difficult. So let's go forward, and let's look back up at Big Mac's swing. As he makes contact, he has poured absolutely everything through this hip. Belt buckle is looking, I can't draw that angle, but the belt buckle is looking right at the pitcher. Let's go back down to yours and see that what you want to do here is have that leg, everything just posted into that left leg and cranking hard. That will keep you tall. That will keep your head in balance. And you will start absolutely hammering the ball. I guarantee it. I promise it. If you will put this into play, you will hit monster bombs. Guaranteed.